Representing a constituency isn't always as simple as it may seem. Let's take a quick look at Congressman's district. First off, Peter King's recently suffered a significant gerrymandering, which means now he's got to go out to new districts that he's never represented before and meet these people, decide how he's going to affect their problems. So when we look at congressmen, especially if we take a moment and say, oh, here's a congressman from another state. Let's take from the last class from Sherrod Brown when he was a congressman. We talked about something called the Barbell District and how people living in different parts of Ohio are going to have very different interests. That was all well and good, and we were speaking very hypothetically, as none of us are from Ohio. So let's take a look at this in a more factual way. Peter King's district includes Levittown, Massapequa, Lindenhurst, West Babylon, Deer Park, Brentwood, Ronkonkoma, Bohemia, Sayville, Islip, Heckscher State Park, Robert Moses Park, and it leaves out Jones Beach by the smallest of margins. These are very different towns. Anybody who lives on Long Island knows that these guys have very different interests. So let's take, for example, Levittown and Ronkonkoma. Does Levittown and Ronkonkoma have very different interests? Well, absolutely. Ronkonkoma is a town who makes a large amount of money from their commuters, a large amount of people who use Long Island Railroad, who use 495 back and forth. This is going to be one of their principal goals, to facilitate commuting back and forth. And of course, anything that Peter King can do to help them, they're going to want him to do. But when we take a look at a town like Levittown, Levittown's biggest problem is commuting. Levittown, a big road that runs through Levittown is Hempstead Turnpike. Hempstead Turnpike has been deemed one of the least safest roads there is in the nation. So if I have one city which is looking for legislation which would support expansion to transportation systems and less regulations with transportation systems, a town like Levittown might be looking for more regulation. And as Long Islanders, if we take a look at these cities, many of these cities are going to have different interests. So one thing that every congressman has to keep in mind is, how does he balance out the competitive interests within his own district?